From the 1st of January 2012, the Minister of Justice in Holland introduced the weed pass. So a coffee shop has to transform from an open shop to a closed society where people have to be a member to still be able to come into the coffee shop.
The person that came up with the weed pass, I don't know if it's his idea because he must have his spin doctors and advisors and everything. But it came from the Ministry of Justice and Security in Holland, and Minister Opstelten, of course, is their spokesman.
The weed pass, what people don't realize, they are setting us apart from the rest of society. The publications that are constantly, we're criminals, we're doing all kinds of bad things. Freedom of speech or freedom of choice, what we have, they're limited in that choice that we have, that it's everybody's right.
Now with the repression, all my small growers are stopping. I used to have a guy, an old guy, and he made like the best white widow ever. And he take forever before it grows, and he do classical music. I even think he talks with it. And when we had that in the shop, it was clean, everybody knew it, and it was always like boom for 1 month, and then it was over because everybody wanted that. And now this guy stopped. Why? Because he's afraid. He's an old guy. He's like, I don't want to get in prison, you know, I'm too old for
he will
that.
lose his house.
Yeah, and all those things. And now, so what you get is we have to buy from all the big ones. But they make people afraid.
Everything that will happen, if the weed pass comes to be, it will only do a lot of harm to the cannabis culture. It will not harm the cannabis industry because everybody will keep on smoking and they'll find other ways to buy it. So the guys that sell coke and actually in the streets have another pocket in their raincoat already, you know. So it will never bring down consumption. It will only change the channels from which the people buy their weed, and it won't get any better. The quality won't get any better.
Young people under the 18 who already smoke cannabis in a coffee shop system, they can ask someone, how can you buy from me, you see? It's not allowed, but then we know for sure that they buy good quality. When they have to go to the illegal addresses, so therefore I already warn for
danger.
Polluted weed.
People pollute it because first they want to make it look better than it is. So they harvest early because of the risks and the smell, and then they brighten it up with some in England they even find ground up fluorescent tubes in it, or they put flour in it, they put sugar in it, everything to bring up the weight.
Our idea was it's better that hundreds and thousands of people make a small buck growing marijuana than a few big illegal importers. So in the beginning we really focused on the small time grower. I think the weed pass is just a negotiating object. Minister Opstelten wants one thing, and that is the cannabis clubs, and he throws in the weed pass as well, so that he can sort of give his opponents something to get upset about, and that he can drop that subject saying, okay, I'll drop the weed pass, but I still want the cannabis clubs.
I visited with the mayor of Amsterdam. I visited last year a few coffee shops, and he was new and he was convinced of the social function, the important social function of coffee shops in this city. And then the mayor said, I'm convinced that we can't live without coffee shops in this city because of this important social function. The judge will declare that the weed pass rules are illegal law, and that will happen this month in the court of The Hague. And we are quite convinced that we will win this case. We need to stop this minister. He's a crazy man. Yeah, and that's what we're going to do.
If I make my marijuana like synthetic without THC but something else where you get f***ed up, it's not in the list, so it's not prohibited. So that's what people are gonna do. They're gonna f*** up the marijuana, they're gonna f*** up the hashish to make it something that's not, you know, just Mother Nature.
Well, in the early days, it was 90% was hash in Holland. From Lebanon, from Morocco, of course from the east, India, Nepal, Afghanistan, and we had some Turkish in those days.